Boy Big Boosie, Street Knowledge Podcast, man. Street Knowledge Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Hit that like button, and most of all, hit the notification so you know when I'm up here, man. So we could, get on these lives and chop it up. Have grown man, grown woman conversations, man. I want to begin this off with saying, shout out to Lil Boosie. I definitely want to begin it off by saying I told a lot of people in a lot of podcasts that I have done, a lot of podcasts that I've actually been interviewed on and talked to the audience or the people, the podcasters' audience, that it's dangerous outside right now for black men. Or should I say successful black men. But even though it's dangerous outside for black men as well, due to this corrupt police stuff. D. Johnson, what up? This stuff is getting out of hand, man. This is getting out of hand, man. This is getting out of control. And I just spoke about this just the other day, man. Just spoke about this the other day. How these police bring down innocent black men, prosecutors bring up charges and try to run with those charges and make up another narrative for it and get a person locked up, and it be right in front of our eyes on cameras. People such as Puff, such as R. Kelly, such as Bill Cosby. The list goes on. Charles Smith, what up? What's good? And this is very dangerous, man, to people careers, to people kids that go to school. That's just one thing with the police. Now the next thing is now these allegations that this woman coming up here on this page, on her page or wherever she was at, and saying that Boosie, Lil Boosie, SA'd her, RAPE her when she was 5 years old. What kind of sense does that make to come out 30 years later, 25 years later? What happened when you was 15, 16, almost going to be able to graduate and go to college? Like, how does that work, man? How does that work? How could somebody come out and it's been done? But yeah, 5 years old, you can remember certain things, but probably not too vivid. But if it comes to a essay chart or a person being essayed at 5 years old, they would know, especially if it's damage to the body and things of that nature, the things that this girl is claiming. But she's way out of line to come up with this one, man. Anybody that knows Boosie, though he love his kids, that's all I see. I've actually hung around him for like 2 days. We had him up here in Raleigh, North Carolina, running around, going to the store looking for things and stuff like that. Then after that, in my homeboy basement. And you still want to know a person on the inside of a house somewhere just chilling in their personal space. But I pretty much is a good judge of character. But you don't even see him dealing with younger women. Boosie girlfriends is always at least a pretty significant age, not no little young women. And if you heard about if he did one 5 year old, I'm sure there'd be another 5 year old that would have came to the light. Now this girl actually said that one night he actually did touched on her and I guess penetrated her. She's bleeding and all of the above, and he got her tied with the mother. She's screaming, and the mother was in the room, but the mother didn't hear you. The grandfather was in there. The father, yo, what kind of mess is this, man? For somebody to actually be able to come out and make up these type of allegations on a celebrity and play with their kids, man. Play with their lives, play with their career. Their kids got to go to school. This could be crazy. The girl not even crying. She don't even have no real tears as she's saying it. She's trying to make herself cry. It's crazy. Lil Boosie on the post saying, I don't know who paid her, but y'all gonna pay for this. Somebody paid her to do this. He said he went and seen a lawyer already. He's getting ready to bring the charges up, bring a case up against her to sue her. I don't know if that was a good move to do it or not. He said he's uh he's giving $1,000 to somebody that know her name, the mama name, her kids' name, the kids where they go to school. Then you got ignorant people in the comments saying, Boosie, don't say that. Sound like you putting out a hit. Who gonna hit up a whole family of somebody for $1,000? The man, that's how ignorant people be in the comments. The man said he went to go see a lawyer, man. He went to go see a lawyer, and after he said he seen his lawyer, he need the names of these people, meaning so he could give it to the lawyer so they could serve the correct papers. How in your mind he's talking about it sound like he could be putting out a hit? Don't say it like that. If you're a smart person, you already know what he was talking about. So anybody make comments like that, you are an ignorant person to even put that in a comment, to not understand what he was saying. But yes, one good comment I seen in there, it said, hire a private investigator, Boosie. That's one of the smartest ones I've heard. But this right here is really crazy that these women keep accusing our black celebrities, movie stars, whatever you want to call them, of some years ago stuff about somebody touch them and essay them and find out later they lying and nothing happens to them. Nothing. Nothing happens, man. How? How? They have a law. If you dial 911 and you report a fake crime, they coming to get you and lock you up for reporting a fake crime. So how can women do these type of humongous allegations against a human being and don't get charged? What's going to happen? Who we need to talk to? Who we need to vote in when it's time to vote? Vote for them. That's going to say we're going to stop these women from doing that. If they get caught lying on a person with a charge that's serious, get 10 years and better. I guarantee you all this stuff will never happen again. A lot of these big time people in these industries, they don't push for that. And they know these politicians that they probably could talk to get them buttons pushed. But they ain't gonna do that because they utilize it sometime to tear the next big dog that's coming up that might take their spot down and pay these women to push them in there and make these allegations up on the celebrities to tear them down. But it's majority of it's our when it be fake a lot of times that when it comes to the light, that is not real, it be on a lot of our black celebrities. We do the math. I'm not doing no separation because it could happen to anybody. I'm just doing the math on our people that it's happened to. Chris Brown, you don't hear about it no more. Bill Cosby, he sat in jail for a while. Now they come out, it wasn't true. This is getting real crazy, man. So Charles had a saw old interview with you and Unique, and y'all was talking about snitches, and he said he was a snitch for telling on who shot him, and you told him you don't you don't look at him like that. I'm gonna go to that real quick. I said that meaning when a person do a crime with a person that's what really a snitch is. When a person get on the stand and report the crime for what a person did to them, he didn't tell on nobody that he did a crime with. Those are the worst kinds. But Abe was in the streets. Abe went on the stand, and he took his choice to do that. But I wouldn't call it a snitch. I would just call, I guess, um, he was a witness for the prosecution or whatever, and He did bad on that note. He could have handled it in the street, being that you are in the streets. But certain people have the right to do it how they want to do it. That's on him. I'm just saying utilize the snitch word the correct way. That's all. But it's just different levels of sending another person to jail. But I'm trying to figure out when they're going to get somebody to do these laws or make and create laws against women and even men. You got a man saying Puff did something to him, and he wake up, his booty was hurting. He still wouldn't say that he know Puff actually penetrated him or whatever, however it may go, but he making up allegations. We ain't heard nothing about that yet. People need to get a punishment for lying on somebody that is a celebrity whose names is over plastered everywhere, probably got awards on certain people's walls somewhere. Now they get took down, messing with their legacy. Their kids go to school and get picked on. This is a dangerous situation right here. It's very dangerous, man. This ain't cool. I ain't feeling it one bit, man. One bit. That don't even sound like Boosie. We can't say what a person won't do behind closed doors, but I'm just saying, man, his whole career ain't nothing never ever surfaced. Now this surface now. From a woman saying she was 5 years old and she waits till she get 30 years old. Then her story sound crazy. The words that she sentences she uses are not even consistent. We gonna go. Seti Nash is covering some of it. I'm gonna react to some of Seti Nash and let y'all hear what this woman has been saying, man. This is crazy.
Hold on. Y'all need to hear this right here. Away with several murders. What makes you think he couldn't get away with what he did to me?
Now she's trying to sneak and throw that in there. Seti's reading off of her. I guess this is her uh, Instagram or Facebook. Is pretty brown skin. He got away with several murders. What do you think? Why you what makes you think he couldn't get away with what he did to me? How she know what he got away with? But that is thrown out there to try to confuse the audience. But that ain't gonna work. But listen, y'all.
This ain't just another internet story. This one right here is actually different. People are not looking at he date women that is my same age, which is 30. I was 5 when this happened. I am now 30 years old. It's because
She said he date women that is her same age at 30 years old right now. Boosie was a star young. So if he was dating older women at the time, that already says he don't like young girls. If he was dating women ahead of his time. So now if he is dating a woman that's 30 years old at his age bracket, what that got to do with anything? This girl ain't playing the full deck, and she way out of line for this one, man.
because he is stuck in that same cycle and trauma that he is constantly repeating status, fame, money. None of that matters. He is involved in a crime justice will be served. You got a woman who is saying the same man who allegedly got away with multiple murders is the same one who did something to her when she was 5 years old. My favorite.
Using that multiple murders, what that got to do with anything? It's guys that really actually SA women out here that didn't do murders and murders and murder. They just was people that have a sick problem that want to SA people and or SA young women. So that's just a sick problem. What murder got to do with anything? What they got to do? And you was 5 years old. You don't know nothing about none of that. But we're gonna read. He getting ready to read off once what else she said.
Thing to do was lay on my mother's chest, draw and color with her. She loved watching me ride my bike. I miss kissing her every night before bed. She was so beautiful.
She's trying to throw, her mother was beautiful. She missed kissing and sitting on the bed with her and all of that. If you was doing all that with your mother, how in the world your mother did not know that that happened to her baby? A 5 year old penetrated by a young man, a man, period. You would be in pain. She would have had to take this 5 year old to the doctor, man. Trust me.
So for life, such a good woman, good mother, and good person. I miss her so much. Keep watching over me and your grandchildren. I will get my justice not only for me, but for the family, even though you're not here. Physically, you are right here in spirit. I love you, Mom, with all my heart. Not a woman alive can take your place. So the real question.
So that's a quick, all this is a quick lineup. Trying to show sympathy for a mother. A mother is deceased. Rest in peace to the mother. The mother has nothing to do with this. Rest in peace to the mother. But it's all a whole lineup for the build up, for the bull crap. Let's pay attention.
Is can he keep getting away with it? And here's the case I think that she just put on him. I'm assuming because what it says is date, right? February 23rd, 2026 at 1:48, right? And then we go down, it says department class person, and it says case status, then it goes from 5/23/01.
And do they have a statutory limit? Because this is a case number he's reading on February 23rd, 2026. Is there a case number? I mean, is there a statutory limit on such a thing like this? Also, or it can be handled just like a person, like a murder charge or something. There's no statutory limit on murder. Is that the same thing? Because this is sound ridiculous. Listen, y'all.
Then it says R, aggravated forcible. She says, I will get my justice. And then she put out the addies and all that, but she blocked it out because you probably would want to do that. So let's go ahead and get into the actual story because this shit gonna shake the internet. I wanted to put it out yesterday, but I'm gonna be fair, it just wasn't gonna work the way I wanted it to.
So he's getting ready to read off the allegations of what this woman is accusing Boosie of. Y'all pay attention to this. And this is a video of her. Now, he's not going to read it off. It's a video of her. Excuse me. Now, y'all listen. You're going to hear. Y'all go to the Seti Nash page. I'm using this on the fair use. So y'all get to see the video. Y'all can see her look like she's trying to make some tears come down as she start to read or speak what she's speaking. But y'all can hear the fakeness in it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm ready to tell my story, how I was by a rapper that goes by the name of Lucy. This took place when I was 5 years old. He dated my mother back around the 2000s, and he was a very violent person, what I can remember. He was very nice to me in the beginning, and it went about him coming around a few times after the fact, and he started to act like a different person. One night, my mother was asleep, and he came in, and he started to abuse me then around that time.
She said she started to abuse me. It's like she thinking that she going along, man. Most people can spit their stuff fluently, man. King Rod, what up? Peace, bro. Salute to you too, man. But let's finish listening, y'all.
I actually can remember when I was sleeping. It was midnight. It was dark. I was sleeping.
She said she could currently remember it was midnight. It was dark. If you were asleep, how you know what time it is at 5 years old? Let's go there, man. You knew the time and all that. Oh man.
In my bed at my grandfather's house, and I can remember him assaulting me, and he was on top of me.
Trying to fake cry. No tears.
He was on top. He was on top of me, and I cried, and I kicked, and I screamed, and I told him to stop. He kept me. He wouldn't stop.
No
and
tears.
I can remember him whispering in my ear, and that I would never have a true love. He would always be my first love. I remember me biting him, kicking, screaming for him to get off of me. I was having seizures.
Said she was having seizures, biting, kicking, screaming, having seizures. Now, if you're having a seizure, don't you have to put a spoon in a person's mouth to hold their tongue so they don't bite their tongue when they're having seizures? Well, she was biting and kicking and screaming and having seizures. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, man. Because if this really did happen to her, God bless her, and and Boosie was supposed to get or will get everything he deserved. But I can't. A lot of this ain't adding up to me what she's saying and how she's saying it, man. But let's finish. And that's my opinion.
I remember this man leaving me on the floor covered in blood.
She said she was in his bed. She was in her bed asleep. And he came in the room and started attacking her. She never said he put her on the floor, nothing. She just said now she's saying he left her on the floor after covered in blood after he finished doing whatever he was doing. When did she ever get to the floor? Because she said at the bed at first. Tell me if I'm bugging out, y'all.
He left my grandfather's house and left me covered in blood, passed me a towel, told me that I had to clean so I can clean myself. He cleaned himself. He gave me a towel for me to clean myself.
She said he left me at my grandfather's house covered in blood, gave me a towel so he could clean himself, clean myself, but he left. First, she said he left her there, covered in blood. Then he got a towel. But granddad in there, granddad ain't hear nothing.
And I can remember him leaving the house. I was so tired. I had to crawl to my mother, covered in blood.
She said she had to crawl to her mother covered in blood. She still ain't got no tears, y'all. None. Black Jelly Bean said, when did the seizure stop? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because now she crawling her mother covered in blood. Seizures, you having a seizure. It's hard for you to move around all like that. I'm sorry, I watched the dude have a seizure when I was locked up on his bunk, and he's a grown ass man. And that wasn't looking good. He couldn't do nothing. They had to hold him down, put things in his mouth.
To get help.
To get help. Now, she called in her mom. She don't say nothing about her mother helping her. Said she missed her mother. She loved laying on her mother. Her mother's the sweetest person. So her mother covered it up. She also said Boosie loved being at her grandfather's house. Is Boosie dating your mother? Was Boosie never went in her room? Mom in there. Oh, yo, this is bugged out right here. Right? She went to get help where she left off at from her
He
mother.
ruined bonds. He ruined my.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's where he left at. She said he ruined bonds. He ruined my. Said he cut it off at that. Y'all gonna have to go to SETI Dash so y'all can get the full thing. But this story sounds crazy to me. Having a seizure. She ain't say what her mother said when she crawled in there. Didn't call the police. She was starting to go into something else now. He ruined bonds. He's ruined something else and said he cut it off. When did the mother say something? Come on, man. Who paid this woman to do this? How long take her to act and remember those lines? Ain't still no tears in her eyes. Our black men is in danger from our own women, man, and just from women, period. It ain't our own women. Excuse me, I apologize, because you got plenty of white women that's gonna do the same thing. We are in danger from women, period. Our kids might grow up, our young nephews, young sons will grow up and be celebrities and then get this treatment. Everything they work for goes down the drain because they get a woman that can actually do these type of. This is a crime if it's not the truth. Once it's found out, this is a crime, but we don't have no law against it. But once they find out they lying, nothing happens. Reputation gone. Still, people kind of look at you sideways and things of that nature. Blogs don't pick it up and talk heavy about it. The girl was lying. The girl was lying. The same way how they talk about it when the girl telling the story all over every blogs. But once they find the girl's lying, they don't be over every blog and tear the girl down. What kind of this is getting crazy. Somebody need to do something right here. This right here need to change these laws, man, for real.
Free cash, man. I wore the. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
So yeah, y'all go over there to Seti Nash, man. Y'all go to Seti Nash page. Y'all get the full whole commentary of what he got up there. You get to see all of the content. He said some other things, like what Boosie was defending R. Kelly, and he was saying it was videos of R. Kelly uh, doing something with the young girl. Only reason why R. Kelly beat it because the girl didn't come to court. Why the girl didn't come to court? In my mind, that means she must have been lying. If somebody was dead serious about it, she should have came to court. Why she ain't come to court? They ain't saying nothing about R. Kelly paid her not to come to court. He beat the case. Now the last one, he got this 30 years for us with the girl that was defending him at first, and then after that, she ain't defending him no more because she got mad because they told him about how he was calling the other girlfriend and was offering other things or however it may go. Now she changed her statement to get R. Kelly in jail. Come to find out, when she go to jail, they find out that the mother was putting her up to doing everything, even sending her over the way. And she was doing the text messages and having the daughter send it to R. Kelly phone. The mother was doing all of it. Find out the mother was behind the whole orchestration, the whole bull crap, and nothing happened. He's still in there. His lawyers got all the proof in the world, and they still fighting to keep him in there. It's crazy. Then who else he said something about? Boosie defended Chris Brown. If Chris Brown was found not guilty, or the case, the girl, they found out the girl was lying. So it's crazy that just because Boosie defend these guys and is speaking facts of what he's speaking about, said he kind of, playing devil advocate with it. He playing devil advocate with it. Then he said something about Tory Lanez. Same thing with Tory Lanez. The security guard now came out and said he can't take it. Enough is enough. He seen that the girl, which is Megan's homegirl, is the one that pulled the trigger. It wasn't Tory. Now they giving him flack about getting him out as well. But he's saying, because Boosie defended those names on Vlad interviews and stuff like that. But whoever came up with this move right here with Boosie, man, is a POS, man. A piece of what, man. That's crazy. This story sounds crazy. Now, if I'm bugging out and this woman is a victim, I will apologize. But I want to know some more concrete proof. Because I don't know how a person have a seizure and biting and kicking at the same time. Then when the man finished, you said you had to crawl to your mama in pain, but he gave you a towel to wipe you off. You was on the bed when he came in, but you said when you got up, you was off the floor. When you get up, you was off the floor, but you didn't never say he came in the bed, got on top of the bed, drug me on the floor. You said he came and got on you in the bed and was doing whatever he did to you, whispered in your ear. You never said you got on the floor. You said whispered in your ear that he the only man for you. And then you said when he finished, you got up off the floor. How you do all of this stuff and don't be straight, flat forward about content of getting on the floor? Then you say he left your father's house, but you bloodied all up, but he gave you a towel to wipe himself off and wipe yourself off. That means you saying he left before he wiped you off, but same token, he was still there to wipe himself off and let you wipe yourself off. He didn't wait to at least make sure you wiped all the blood off you. He just straight up left out the house and didn't care about covering his tracks, didn't care that his girl, which is your mother, would still see you. How does that happen, man? That's a lot of loopholes in that. Throughout Sincere said, now Gully supporting the girl. He would support somebody like that. He a woman beater. He wants somebody to look like they do what he do. That's how he got his claim to fame, talking about rappers, talking about ignorant parts about rappers. That's what he do. He would love to see that ignorance. He think they gonna win his women audience back because Uncasa shut him down by making him admit his own self that he's a woman beater. So how could he support a woman that got something that happened to her and he admitted on TV he's a woman beater? How does that even make sense, man? Who cares about him supporting, man? And his followers that follow him be listening to this crap. He said he slept on the floor. He slept next to on the floor, so he know broke. If you slept on the floor next to that means you was broke. How was broken? He introduced you to people. Now his stories even make sense. I don't even know why people pay that dude any attention. But it says a lot about people on this internet. I learned a lot about a lot of people that be on this internet just by reading comments, man. I mean, people will listen to anything, man. I just broke down this 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 story this female just said. Let me know if I'm out of line and tell me where in these comments that y'all believe this story that she just said, man. For real. Matter of fact, I might need to let y'all hear the story straight through without, so y'all could tell me what y'all think.
The way I wanted it to. Let's go.
This is her, straight through.
I'm ready to tell my story how I was by a rapper that goes by the name of Boosie. This took place when I was 5 years old. He dated my mother back around the 2000s, and he was a very violent person. What I can remember, he was very nice to me in the beginning, and it went about him coming around a few times after the fact, and he started to act like a different person. One night, my mother was asleep, and he came in, and he started to abuse me. Then around that time, I actually can remember when I was sleeping. It was midnight. It was dark. I was sleeping in my bed at my grandfather's house, and I can remember him assaulting me, and he was on top of me. He was on top. He was on top of me, and I cried, and I kicked, and I screamed, and I told him to stop. He kept me. He wouldn't stop. And I can remember him and whispering in my ear, and that I would never have a true love. He will always be my first love. I remember me biting him, kicking, screaming for him to get off of me. I was having seizures. I can remember this man leaving me on the floor covered in blood. He left my grandfather's house and left me covered in blood, passed me a towel, told me that I had to clean me so I can clean myself. He cleaned himself. He gave me a towel for me to clean myself. And I can remember him leaving the house. I was so tired. I had to crawl to my mother, covered in blood, to get help. He ruined bonds. He ruined my.
She said he gave her a towel to wipe himself. He left first, but then she said he left. But then he gave me a towel to clean himself and clean myself. And she remember she was tired, but she had to crawl to her mama room covered in blood. She just said he gave her a towel to wipe himself. First said he gave her a towel to wipe herself. Then she said himself and herself. He gave me a towel to wipe myself. Then after that, she said she went crawling. She had to go. She was in pain and tired. She had to crawl covered in blood to her mama's room. How you covered in blood and he just gave you the towel to wipe yourself off? And like Khadijah said, she's the first person that I ever heard say they remember having a seizure. What I just told y'all before this person came up here in the chat. I just said I was around a person that had a seizure and he was out of it. He was choking, he had to put the spoon in his mouth, all of that. So she came back to herself and went and crawled to her mother after having a seizure. You are out of it, discombobulated when you're having a seizure. You damn near going into a coma. Then she going there with her mama covered in blood, but she said Boosie gave her the towel to wipe himself and her. But first she said he left, and then she said he gave her the towel and a towel for him. She done said two, three things in one thing, and then crawled her mama in blood. And what the mama do? She didn't. After that, she was going into something else. He did destroy bonds, but said he cut it after that. She didn't say my mama said what's wrong. Started going crazy or nothing. But this the mother she said was loving and caring. She loved laying on her mother's chest, everything, man. None of this makes sense, man. And anybody posted blogs against Boosie, man, with this, y'all way out of line without even analyzing this woman's conversation. Y'all way out of line. I don't support no man that raped nobody, man. Period. I don't support no man that RAPE another man. That's violation. You don't do that. You don't take no person's body and act like you are, can do what you want. That's just a fact. But women, definitely. Children, old people, definitely. Like all that's way off the Richter scale, man, to do. Ever. Now, this is way worse that a woman could come up here and lie and do this to a man that's building something and you try to interrupt his life because you know that ain't no law against it. And whoever paid you, that's crazy. She don't have no tears, fake like she wiping the tears. Y'all gotta go to Ceddy Nash page, man. Check that out, man. Black Jelly Bean said most wake up in the hospital wonder what happened. Facts. That's a fact. Like this is crazy. Yeah, it's a wild story to tell on somebody, man. This is a wild story. You don't have no integrity, no morals to stand in front of a camera and actually say this about a person, man. This is scary and dangerous. Very, 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 very dangerous, man. Like, wow. It's deep, man. But yeah, y'all go over to Seti Nash page, man, and check it out. I thought I'd, chop it up with y'all about this situation, and y'all drop some comments and let me know what y'all think. I'll be back. Your boy Big Boosie, man. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification so you know I'm up there. All of y'all hit that like button for me, man. Please hit that like button as you come in also, man. Salute. Shout out to Lil Boosie, man. We can't believe that. Y'all gotta show us more proof. And then we have to follow that. That's not it.